Okay, so that should be welcome to Pathfinder number 73, or Season 4, Episode 17. So tonight we have a bunch of players all online using Discord because, hey, seems that can't trust Skype to actually work correctly for a change. So we haven't gone back since it decided it didn't want more than 2 people in the call. So online today we have M.
Hello. I play Gula, the ever-lovable barbarian. Best friends with really, not really, but we were getting along quite well last session, so we'll leave it at that. I have Spirit of Interest and 95 days left to live. I have the ever-lovable puppy and giant with me, and a clock god.
I'm sure we can add more to that list. Next up is Jeremy.
Good evening all. Yes, I'm playing Corda, the half-human. Not so much elephant right now, but hopefully we'll get back to it. Half-human warrior of Sandpoint, trying desperately hard to live up to his ideals as a hero of the Pathfinder Society, although a bit disturbed to find out the Pathfinder Society legends and myths that he grew up with were quite what he didn't necessarily quite match reality.
But then he hasn't really travelled with high-ranking Pathfinders yet.
No, but he did get involved, or in the incident at down south of Turtles Ferry, where it turned out that the Pathfinder Society knew that murders were about to happen, but didn't get there in time to try and stop them. And apparently also knew that Hell Knights were going to come in and subjugate the town, and again, didn't do anything about it. So, they might not have been able to, but that's not the point.
Well, hey, I'm sure in many occasions, if you knew about an event but had no power to change it, and were told that if you actually tried to influence it, you could make it worse, it does make it a hard choice.
Absolutely.
Next up we have is Josh, and I'm sure that Cordo will get that choice very shortly.
Well, that's just it. It's the sort of thing that Cordo being able to live in the bliss of black and white.
So what does Josh have to do to introduce himself?
Hi, I'm Josh. I play Parry Hotter, the toughest wizard known to man. Yeah, isn't that right, Bob? Yes, I understand.
We almost died in Darkness last
Parry
session.
Hotter is very smart in everything that he does. Minus the fact he always believes that he's the most roughest frontline tank in the party.
Which almost cost you your character last session.
Pardon?
It almost costed you your character last session. Considering you did go down in Darkness.
Yeah. Parry in the spur of the moment thought that casting a Grim Tendrils on a demon was a good idea.
I'm sure it worked out
Harry
perfectly.
Potter had a lot of good ideas.
Yes. He has made the best ideas.
I just looked for sad.
Just ask him and his fully decked out attire. I'm totally not a spooky target.
Or just view his gallery at home. It shows Parry in all the right places.
Yes.
Of course, you might be scarred for life, but that's a completely different thing. Next person up we have is Mark.
What news, huh?
Assuming
Yeah, that's Parry.
Yeah, so next person up is Mark, assuming he's still connected.
Oh, I heard 7 people talking at once, I couldn't work out what was going on. Hey, I'm playing Sparky, the half rogue, half tank dwarf. Or tank last session, which didn't work out as well as I thought it did. So I'd just like to survive a session without having to fall over and go unconscious and wake up in dark. So.
But where's the fun in that?
I know, it was fun just going, okay, I think I'll go this way.
Would have been worse. You could have woken up speaking to a different god again.
Yeah, no, I'm happy.
If you prefer to wake up speaking to the god instead of darkness, I can't.
No. I respect the DM's ideas or something, so I'm going with it.
So darkness is fine again. So that no comment. That brings us to Peter.
Greetings. I'm playing Lord Willy Kenobi. Otherwise known as Low Blow. Yes, we had a little bit of success with Dooza last session, but that was merely because he understood the greatness of Willy and acknowledged it publicly. Maybe there'll be more of it tonight.
And again, how long will it take for the characters to actually notice they can see each other?
Yeah. True.
Did you?
I think we know, but it's kind of now an unspoken rule that we don't speak about it.
Well, you thought of each other as puppies for so long.
Yeah. We don't speak about it.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it.
And finally joining us. And finally joining us tonight is Victor.
Hello. I'm Victor from Brazil, and I am playing Luna of Libra. She's a human Shanti Oracle, and she's happy to be alive and helping the group. I hope.
Could be worse, you could be undead.
Vampire. Seems likely.
Not a vampire this time.
Vampire hunter?
Maybe vampire hunter, that's badass.
So is that where you show up to someone and then go, are you a vampire? No, okay, move on. Nothing to see here. So who wants to give the recap for the last session for those who could not make it?
Willy and Dooza got along. Shock and horror.
I'll give a quick one now for everyone. After we basically we negotiated, thanks to Luna's great negotiation skills, the second boss, and how get information on the third game. Negotiations there was a bit of difference to the party at the time. Let's say some party was happy, some party wasn't, but decided to let the second boss go she doesn't come back to town and do other things. Then we started to scope out the third location for the third game. Just scoping out, we thought, oh look, there's a back entrance here, we'll go take that. So sneakily we all walked up the back entrance and then somehow set off the alarm and got everyone's attention. So with Sparky trying to pretend to be a tank for a little bit because take her in a quarter, it didn't work out as well. Sparky then went into another room and
Harry Potter and Willy Kenobi in front tank for you?
Yeah.
Well, I really like how you tried to one-shot a demon.
Yeah, I kind of went to actually opened up I woke up a demon who decided to say, hey, I like dwarfs. And I go, oh, you like dwarfs? I said, not really. And then, and basically we had a bit of fighting, up and down a couple times, but in the end we survived, and that's where we left it last week from memory.
Well, the assumption is you survived. Doppelgangers do exist.
Yeah.
And it would be quite funny if one of you is a hidden doppelganger pretending to be the person until the right time comes up. And it's not above me to play that ploy on people.
Oh, he's such a nice person. Yeah.
Well, the funniest thing is I can do it after they've been playing it for a couple of sessions and then tell them.
So just confirming a couple points there. So last time I had it, we just cleared out the horn fangs underneath the tavern.
Yep.
And so you're saying that we captured the leader, but decided to let the leader go?
They did, with the agreement of she tell them roughly what you already knew about the Order of Resplendence.
Yep. And so then we're going after the Order of Resplendent,
and in doing so, they got the information that each of the gangs had been run by a demon.
Okay, because I got back last was the idea that last I remember at the start we've been told there were 3 factions that were involved in disrupting Roderick Cove's ghost. And I was trying to work out if we knew whether this was Resplendent Order was a bad faction in fact. But okay, if we found out it was being run by a demon, that's certainly good enough for quarter.
But they didn't ask about the demon that was running the Horn Fangs or the Road Keepers.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that little bit of information slipped by the players at the time.
Because I know that before the number of what players now know as Sinspawn down the bottom of underneath the tavern with the Horn Fangs.
Yep.
Did we actually face a demon?
Not that you know of, unless those sin spawn count as demons.
Well, I mean, that's obviously it. Like, I can imagine they could potentially count as demons in our eyes at the moment, so we might want to walk we'd already got with.
Well, they figured out that there was something bigger and more powerful down there that they didn't face, that wasn't there at the time they attacked.
Right. Okay, so then, yeah. Decided to sneak into the Resplendent Order. Do we know anything about them other than the fact that they're apparently led by a demon?
They spent a week watching them. They are an order dedicated to the research of Thassilonian, its ruins and its language.
Mm-hmm.
So you then proceeded to kill quite a few number of their followers.
Uh-huh.
So useful. And basically we ended the session with the rest of the party barely surviving a combat.
Thank God I wasn't there.
I was going to say, Luna had been there, like, Luna could have infiltrated by saying, hey, what do you know about this Thassilonian stuff? I'm interested.
Yeah.
I can tell you some stuff.
Yeah. If you share the knowledge, that's okay.
Well, the leader of the Order of Resplendence that you have heard of, the non-demonic leader, is a Thassilonian scholar.
Yeah.
I might join.
And so I'll start the game with Luna and Corda making it up the stairs, seeing a room full of carnage, dead scholars everywhere. Some of them with their separated into, most of them looking like they have died a violent, bloody death. And introduce the blood-splattered bringers of death, that being the other members of the party.
You're going to stand there, the players have one mask, never mind.
It was us, as we sit there with blood dripping off the blades and
Yeah.
really bad, still covered in blood from having torn people apart.
Yeah, as I said, totally not our fault. They attacked first.
Wow, good job, guys.
Well, you did break into their private quarters.
What about the false bodies? What can I see?
Though I might actually ask Dusa to roll a deception roll about attacking first.
Oh, don't they fool me? My DC is only 19.
That's not too bad.
So how did Dusa go with your rolling deception?
with your confirmations. It wasn't our fault.
Sorry, what I missed that because we're trying to clean up sand from Bob being in daycare today.
Doomsday gets to roll a deception roll to lie to the others about not starting the fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, honest, it wasn't us.
Hey Jeremy, how are you doing, man? I miss you.
Not too badly.
Sorry not to come early to chat and stuff.
How believable is Doomsday?
I believe M has dropped off again.
Sorry, I just no, she's vacuuming. So, 22.
Okay, so sounds very believable.
Sorry?
Sounds very believable. So so Jeremy, is Cordar's passive perception?
I've only got 17.
So you both believe the lie.
Yep. And of course, depending upon the reactions of the other members of the party, there might be some, what? But I'm happy to go with it for the time being.
How about false bodies? What about the bodies of the enemies?
So have you found the demon?
There is a smell of brimstone in the room.
Yeah, but that's probably Palace around the corner.
How about the bodies of the enemies? They are on the ground and stuff?
They are in various pieces on the ground, off a landing, on a stairwell, on the ground below.
Jeez, they are all demons?
No, they are all humans.
Oh, humans, okay. But no demons here.
There are no demons present.
No, we also killed the demon. You just missed out. You just missed out on its like big wall of dark.
Where's the demon's body?
I'm sure you're being fascinated. I don't know. Pull up.
Does that mean our task here is complete? To the resplendent order no longer going to be an issue for Roderick to go?
Well, they stopped attacking, so.
Have you searched the manor?
Not yet, no.
You hear the sound of
We literally finished the last session at the end of combat, and that was it.
Oh yeah, no, okay, I know that, but obviously all about this class catch up on where we are. So.
To you, Jeremy, there was 2 levels to the building. We went upstairs. We were going to do a surprise ambush of the head of the gang in her room, but we got surprised ourselves. So we went straight through the guard room. So we've cleared, I think, a little section of upstairs, which I'm not sure if Martin's still got the map available or not.
It's just in the middle of trying to bring it up.
Yep. We haven't gone downstairs yet. So.
Okay.
I got a couple of questions. What's the name of the leader of this great this manor gang? Either?
We'll find out in just 1 second there, Victor. I can't remember the top of my head.
You're talking about the official leader as opposed to the demon?
Yeah, the official leader.
I'm sure it's whatever you wrote down.
Dr. Goodman did that down. Probably.
I know what the leader is, but unfortunately, if your players do not write it down, your characters
I
have
can
forgotten.
recall knowledge and remember myself.
Okay, so which knowledge are you recalling?
Society, of course. I should get my D20. Oh, there's one here. Okay. The blue one. Can I roll it?
You can roll it.
You can roll it? Okay. I think it. Right, so Society, total 29, Specialist.
That 29. Yes, you can guarantee that she was a human. middle-aged, with black hair, dark skin, and was a wielder of magic. And considering in the middle of discussions, I did say you heard footsteps on the stairwell outside, and she's currently standing in the doorway looking at you guys in her private chambers, having killed all her men.
Jesus, grab her!
So we'll be going into initiative then, as you've just declared an attack.
Yeah.
I'm sure nothing can go wrong from that.
Do I get to Rule Society for initiative?
You do not,
Okay.
because it's not the same as an activity.
Cordo's off to a good start for the night.
Yeah.
I've got a initiative of 10. With my plus 7.
Okay, so
Oh man, I was about to pursue a lead. Okay.
Well, you can drive correctly.
Because we're not on the iPad, I'm finding it a bit hard to hear because Josh's phone isn't that loud. Because we're also trying to keep it down a bit for Bob to
Go to bed.
hopefully get her to calm down sometime soon, which is not happening, but that's fine. Not the Josh playing with her. Are we rolling initiative? I just missed what happened.
you are rolling initiative.
The leader of the Peacock banner has come across us talking over all the dead bodies.
Great.
And basically the first thing that was yelled was "get her," which went straight into initiative.
Excellent. Here she is, grab her.
There she is. Which she?
The leader of the Peacock banner.
Unfortunately, he got told while you were looking in a different direction, so you get initiative and then get the description.
Okay.
What is Willie's initiative?
Okay, I will just roll perception. Out of 20. That's Luna's.
Dirty 20.
And what was Luna's?
Total of 20. Oh, sorry, total of 13.
It's a bit different to 20.
Oh, not 13. 23. Fuck. 22. God damn it.
So there's going to be a visitation from your god during your actual go now. Sparky.
No, sorry. I just cursed myself because I'm bad at math.
What was Sparky's initiative?
31. Not that I want to go first right now, but...
And Harry's initiative?
You might want to go first, because it takes
Harry got 20. Harry got 26.
Well, 16 plus 9. 25 for Doozer. Oh, God.
Because Mark, if you didn't get to roll stealth for initiative, your first action might be to hide.
Okay, so that brings us to Sparky. Someone's just yelled, "Get her," and points to the person in the doorway. What do you do?
I hide.
You hide under the piles of dead bodies?
Because I was in the middle of the room from memory, wasn't I?
Yep.
Okay. Can we get a bit of description of what room we're actually in, or...?
You're in room number G18. Zoomed in for you.
Okay, so it's quite a large room, a bit oddly shaped. Have you actually explored the 4 rooms around, or is
They had not.
The people came out of?
None of the people came, except for the demon, came out of a room. So they don't really know what that room contains.
And we came up, so we came up the stairs at the back there, did we? And
You came up the stairs at the back.
Yeah, if I remember rightly, I don't think I've picked up my crossbow or daggers yet, have I?
You have not. But you've got your shield.
Okay, she's outside the entrance and she comes up, she's at the stair door entrance. I would be
so
right
which
with
way she come from?
She came up the stairs on the outside.
Okay, so she's got up directly behind Gordar and Luna.
Yep, that was just there. That was the sound of footsteps on the stairs you guys heard while discussing things earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to.
Rage?
No, I can't do that, unfortunately. Not that right.
You'd like to.
I like where you went with the mud. I like the tone of it, but no. Well, I can't really hide because I'm in the river very well, to be honest about that. I don't think it's a good idea.
You played dead amongst the bodies.
Yeah. So I think I would like to pick up the dagger I dropped when I was unconscious, possibly. So if I can use a move and action and a pickup action, if that's
You
right.
spend 2 actions to get your dagger, leaving you a 3rd action behind. What would you like to do with your final action?
Can I say? Can I just go? Well, hang on. Can't we just talk about this first?
Well, it's not your side that said. It's not their side that said get her. It was your side that said get her.
Yeah, so he could be saying it to us is the idea, hey, with Luna gets out of this, you get her.
Well, can I also say,
Hey, can we just walk out this first?
she doesn't talk for the party right now. Exactly.
Imagine if you come into a bloodshed and someone say, let's just talk.
Parry, you start this round making a will saving throw.
Who?
Parry does. That's Josh's character.
Oh, okay.
You called?
Yeah, well, I'm being attacked by a child. Why, Bob? What? Who's practicing in the doorway?
Parry gets to make a will saving throw before he sees anything.
Cool! Sweet! We'll save you.
I'm sure you'll be good at that.
I am good at that one. It's actually my best one, I think.
That's okay. You get to roll it at disadvantage.
No.
Oh, sweet. That is 20.
20. Okay, so directly to the south on the map, you can see a glowing white sword in the air. Everything else is sort of faded out into shadows. And it seems to be calling you.
That's hilarious. It seems to be calling me.
Yep. It's
Pretty.
and before you even know it, you've moved all the way to the door and opened it.
Okay.
And then stepped in, and there is apparently a chest in there, which you then open, and that's your turn.
He's gone down into G21.
He has gone into G21.
Sweet. Okay.
Dooza, you've just watched Parry walk off and go into a room.
Like a zombie.
I mean, it's not unsurprising that you just walk away.
You also notice him walk right through other people as if they weren't there.
Oh, what? Okay, that's unusual.
I'm Danny Phantom.
Yeah, okay, that's weird. Why don't they punish up?
Shit. Okay.
Sorry, brain's not working very well this afternoon.
And you had someone yell and point at the doorway saying, "Get her."
That too. Well, I'm conflicted now because, you know, Parry walking through people is not a good thing.
Yes.
Because he shouldn't be able to do that. And then how? Because I was in the door. Where am I at the moment?
At the moment, I'd probably say you're standing on the pink rug with the G on it.
Okay.
Close to the door where the woman walked up the stairs.
So yes, you could quite easily attack the woman with a single step, but that would take a move.
But she hasn't made any move to attack us, though, has she?
Her hands are currently glowing with green energy.
Oh, she's currently glowing with green energy. Oh, that's not good.
Well, you have just invaded her home. and killed all her students.
Oops. Did we get all of them?
Yes.
All ones that are wacky right now.
Oops.
All ones you've met so far.
I am going to... No, it's different in Pathfinder, the whole action thing, isn't it?
It is. You have 3 actions. A single step to avoid attacks of opportunity is an action.
Yes. I am going to... And that one's like Pathfinders, but that's more similar to what we can do in D&D, where we like see what happens and then we can decide what to do. Is that right?
That is true, but you need to speak up at the end of someone's turn to say, I want to... or during someone's turn to say, I want to go next.
Yes, right. I'm going to delay...
Check something.
Yep.
Knowing that this woman is part of the Splendid Order, aside from Luna saying that's her, get her.
Hard to tell because most of you never saw her in person.
Okay.
But she is better dressed than any of the dead bodies in the room.
Is there a way for her to...
If it was known that she was obviously part of the Order, then the fact that you've just been killing everyone in the Order seems that your next step would be fairly clear.
Apparently, but Susan might do something different and try and restrain her.
So you want to go and try to restrain her?
Yes.
Okay, so give me... so you spend 1 action to move and 1 action to try to do a grapple.
Grapple is athletics, and I just rolled a 19, so I hope that is good. Athletics is plus 12, so 19 plus 12 is 31. Almost a natural 20, that was close.
Yeah, that should do it.
So did you drop one of your axes?
I thought I already had to pick up Harry.
That's right, you had picked him up, so you probably put your axes away.
Yeah. Because we were out of combat at that point.
Okay, so versus her fortitude DC. And how much did you get?
31.
31.
And you're getting sleepy.
Okay, so you believe you got a critical success and have restrained your opponent.
Nice.
Yeah, you grabbed her.
See, I followed instructions without motorhome going. Are you proud of me?
And for your last action, would you like to do the whole neck snap thing?
No, I will not next time. I will just keep her restrained.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask, following on from how Doomsday has worked in the past.
Well, I mean, other people attacked us, so, I'm going to defend myself, but... Anyway.
Okay, that brings us to Luna. What does Luna do?
Oh, can I, grab my rope under my bag and try to tie her up?
You can attempt. You can
do it.
So are you going to tie her to Duza?
I want to tie her.
I'm just curious because you're standing because she's standing outside the door with Duza standing in the doorway. It is quite a fall going down that 5-foot ledge outside the door. I don't think you can squeeze through the doorway to get to her with Duza standing in the doorway.
Because I just grappled her and didn't move. I didn't drag her into the room. I just grappled her on the door.
So I'm going to say you've got your rope out, you go to move over and then realise you can't reach her.
Okay. That's okay. For now.
Okay, so that then brings us around to Willie. So, Willie, you've just seen someone yell out, "Get her!" You see Parry walk through everyone going south. You see Dooza go up to the person in the doorway and give her a big hug. And then Luna pull out the bondage gear.
Just checking, Martin. When you said that Parry moved through everyone, I'm assuming we went past everyone, not through like a ghost.
You went through like a ghost. I literally mean through everyone.
Okay.
Which is why I made a comment of it in the previous person for... that was for Dooza. Dooza actually saw Parry move through me.
Dooza did a head take and then decided that he was going to stop the person from attacking the rest of us first and then deal with Parry.
That was part of it, and in fact M had mentioned or implied it was like a ghost, and I was thinking, hang on, did I miss something there? And apparently I did,
So, what does Luna said, what does Willie do?
I hate to say it, but Willie sort of thinks that Dooza might have the right idea. So moves over and, as best he can, attempts to take this green glowing person down as best he can.
Well, considering you can't really attack through the doorway to her because she is outside and Dooza is inside, you're pretty limited in how you can attack her.
Could he cross through? Like, is that possible?
Possible. He'd have to do a athletics check against Dooza to move Dooza and her.
Even if I don't contest it?
Well, you also have to move her.
Oh, true, okay.
Okay, if I can't get into the fight, I sort of think, oh well.
You can shove them both out the door.
I'm sure we'll live the 5 foot drop. I'm sure we won't have our next map, it's fine.
It's actually about 15 feet, but hey.
Oh, well, never mind.
Okay, in that case, so I guess one action is me sort of going, yeah, there's not really much I can do about that. And then I'm just going to follow, Parry.
Okay, so you reach Parry staring down in an open chest at nothing. There's nothing in there.
Okay, I'm just going to watch him.
Then
what do you do? I'll say to him, what are you doing, wizard?
And then I'll move over to the woman in green who says, don't touch the blade, and then it's Cordar's go.
Cordar's going to ignore her command and draw his blade. and then basically step back so it makes it there's enough room for Dooza, and say, yeah, Dooza, just bring her inside and I'll shut the door behind her and we can discuss what happens next.
Okay.
Warning her, like I said, sword held ready, saying, yep, don't try anything.
Then it brings us around round 2, and Sparky is up. What does Sparky do?
Sparky see the ghostly figure of Harry walk through everyone? Or?
Sparky did see the and felt the ghostly figure of Parry pass through. Almost felt as if Parry touched you all over.
I feel bad.
Harry didn't leave a body behind on the floor, did he?
Harry did not.
Well, I'm not sure if we're going to regret this or not. I will follow Willie with Harry, because I believe the other ones have got the outfit sorted at the moment.
Yep.
Because I'm a dwarf, I'm a bit smaller than the buffest wizard in the world.
He's part dwarf.
Yeah, okay. Still.
Well,
Any way I could get between the chest and Parry at the moment, or is it too close?
Okay, as an action you move into the room, as an action you try to get between Parry and the chest and find that you're now standing inside Parry.
And okay, that's 2 actions. Can I on the 3rd action say, Harry, leave it alone? That's all I'm going to say. Cut.
Okay.
I'm trying to stop him in some way, but I realise I can't because he's. Yeah.
And now we move over to Parry. Parry, you're looking down at what appears to be a glowing rapier. It is calling your name. You don't really hear anything else.
Just give Josh 2 seconds. He is just out of the room. It's your turn. You are staring down at a glowing rapier. Yoink. Of course.
Top ready.
You pick it up, and as you pick it up, you feel yourself, all the smokiness go away, and now you're partly inside a female dwarf, and both of you now have to make a fortitude saving throw as you're being ejected from each other's bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You did end your turn standing inside Parry.
Fortitude.
Oh, 1 second.
Give me a second. Is 22 for Parry.
And how did Sparky go?
Another like little reflex would be much better, but it isn't. So that's a 13 for start.
Yeah, it's good sonic attack. Yeah, Arianda just got home. What was it? Okay, so yes, what did Parry get again?
22.
And what did Sparky get?
13.
13. Okay, so Sparky, you find yourself trapped inside Parry. With your critical failure.
So I can't move at all. Is that correct?
Unfortunately, you don't seem to be able to do any movements, but you can talk to Parry in his head.
What the fuck, Harry?
And Parry holds off a sword into the air, and then everyone in the room, besides the dwarf that's trapped, now has to make a saving throw. I just had the page open. Now I have to go back to it. Where is it? There we are. Will saving throw.
Include me now, yeah? Or
No, not you, because currently you're safe. You're inside someone else.
Okay.
Is this a fear effect, Mark?
This is a death, emotion, fear, illusion, and mental effect.
I won't make any difference anyway.
So Parry doesn't have to make the roll.
Well, I'm improving. After my 3 on initiative, I get a 4 or 5 okay. So I'm a total of 12.
Okay, unfortunately that means that Cordar now has to make a second fortitude save. A fortitude save on top of his will save.
That's a tough hit. Plus 9. 25.
25. Okay, so at this point, Cordar falls over and is currently dying 1. Okay, so how did Doomsday go?
Em was just changing me at the moment.
Okay, so how did Luna go?
She'll do her role in a moment. We're just going to get Bob ready for bed.
Oh, good. How did Luna go? What was Luna's will save?
Luna's will save. Okay.
I did ask everyone to make a will save except for Josh and Mark.
Do I have a reroll today?
You do not.
Okay, since I do not, my total will save today is 17 total.
17. Okay. Yep. So that's going to hurt. And next person up is Willie.
I got a massive 10, rolling a natural 1.
Ooh, that's pretty bad. So that means
Yeah.
that you are going to have to give me a fortitude saving throw as well.
As well as Luna?
Not you, Luna.
Okay.
What's that? Oh, fuck now. 14.
14 on that. Okay, so with that, you were also in the dying one.
Wow.
I hate you, Parry.
And does this mean we have a Doozer back? Okay, so until that time, I'll just let everyone know just what's happened to them. As Parry has drawn the sword and held it aloft, he has cast the weird spell on the party, giving everyone target's mind with terrifying images of fearsome creatures, each drawn from the target's worst fears. And they each take 66 mental damage and must attempt a will save. So I'm assuming at the point that most of you got hit, even 6 dice is enough to take you down. With
Oh,
6.
sorry, Mom, do you still want me to do my roll?
Yes, please.
Yep.
Yes, please? Okay. Sorry, what was it? Will?
Will save, yes.
$28.
28. Okay, so apparently you're the only one to actually succeed on the roll.
Oh, really? Oh my god. I rolled a 19. So, and my will's my worst one. So that probably saved me.
It's okay, I just thought I'd get a dice roll or
All
something.
the rest of us rolled under 5, I think.
Oh, really?
It was a bad time for rolling.
Jesus. Hi, Mia.
Let me see, how many dice do I
Martin?
have? Yep.
Was the 66 on top of taking dying one?
It's on top of it actually.
And
it's
how many is it then?
So it's 16d6 because it is a level 9 spell that was just cast.
Okay.
Well, someone did say don't pull the sword for a reason. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking parry.
10, 26. So that ended up being 63 points of damage to most of you. But
63?
yeah, 63. No, quarter took double damage.
Double? Okay. Yeah, so that would be more than enough to put him onto dying one by itself. Or is that why we've already dying one? He's back to dying 2 now?
He's at dying 2 now.
Yep.
And would that be enough to put Willie into dying?
106. I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
I was.
I would be very.
It was 64 all up damage for Will. So Willie's one would have been 64.
Yeah. Yep.
And he would have taken double as well, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, that's correct. He would have as well. So yes.
he did worse than me, so...
Yep. Definitely down.
Okay, so
also you're down because it's also automatic dying bonus, so we're both on dying.
What's the rule about massive damage?
don't worry about it right now, because if we go into that one, I'll probably kill half the party. So Luna, how many hit points does Luna have total?
Yeah, 40. So
you're at dying 1. And how much does Duza have currently?
Sorry, Martin, I missed that.
How many hit points does Duza have currently?
I think I was about half hit point because
So-
we hadn't healed after battle.
I believe I had you down as damage of 33,
That is correct.
and you just
That is what I have as well.
took 32 points of damage. Will that take you down?
32 points.
32 points.
Probably because I have a hit point of 60, so...
So you're at dying 1 as well. Okay, so
how do you guys have so many hit points?
and what was Sparky's? Hey, Sparky didn't need it. Sparky's fine. So Sparky, you get to see. You see all this through Parry's eyes from a higher vantage point.
Wait, what? Didn't I make that saving throw though?
You did, and that's why you took only 32 points of damage. Unlike Jeremy, he took 120.
Oh, Jesus Christ, okay.
What about the woman?
The woman, she's
Did you
also
take anything?
she's at dying 2 as well.
Okay.
Everyone in the region took the damage, including those under anyone within the radius of effect took that damage, whether it was line of sight or not. It's not a line of sight spell. Okay, so Parry, it's now round 3, and Sparky gets to talk all you want to Parry while he's got the sword held up. What does Sparky want to say?
For fuck's sake, Harry, drop the sword back in the chest and let's try to recover the rest of our party. And I don't know what you've done to me, but I can't help him right now. That's my 3 actions. The best I can think of 3 actions. If I can't get out of the body, I'm pretty much stuck. I only had 1 hit point anyway, Martin, if you really need to know about it.
I am visiting my ancestors.
And what is Parry doing now?
He's just beating Bolt. So...
He's standing there admiring the sword for a round, apparently. It's shiny. He's giving off so much brilliant light. It's very sparkly. It's the best treasure he's grabbed so far.
Oh, so it's not Therial.
So Parry has scored. And when he gets back, I'll tell him some more details.
While I'm inside the body, just a matter of fun,
Yep.
can I poke the body in any sort of way?
You seem to be unable to move.
Okay, just I'll ask a question.
As you seem to be
Out of
right
ideas.
along at the moment.
Out of ideas, reasons, somebody's nuts just to drop the sword that didn't work out. That's okay.
So Harry's spinning around looking at the sword.
He is, yes.
Do we all make a dying save?
That will be true. So we'll start off with Duza's dying save. So I believe that's a flat check with a DC 11.
What?
Means you roll a D20, you don't get any bonuses.
That is a 12.
A 12. Okay, so you're now no longer dying. You have stabilized.
I just made that roll. I am wounded 1. Actually, Mum, I have a question.
Yep.
Oh no, because it would have been a will save. I get knocked down. Yeah, wouldn't have taken that.
Probably not.
Just thought I would ask. I figured that would probably be the answer, but yeah.
Okay, so Luna, what is Luna's saving throw?
Sure, I got to die. Sure now.
You're at dying 2. Then we're over to Willie. What was Willie's saving throw?
6.
6.
Oh, it's dying 3.
Dying 3. And I'll roll for our other person. She got a 2, so she's now at dying 3. And Corda.
I got a 19, so I'm at dying 1.
Okay. So do we have a...
Actually, the woman... I know, because that's... Well, like she's 10 under the target, isn't she?
No, I don't think the critical failure accounts on this one. I believe it's only a 1 is considered a critical and a 20 is a critical for the flat checks. Because the DCs are never above or below 20.
It does put it out, it does talk about critical success, success failure, critical failure.
Which makes it hard to get a critical success on a DC that starts at 11.
Yep. Unless you roll a natural 20.
Yeah, which generally says it's upgraded. So on a 2, okay, that puts her as dead. She's now dead. That is correct, Jeremy. So we're now up to Corda. Oh yeah, sorry, you did his thing. So
Corda, I'm dying 1.
has Parry made it back into the room, or will he spend another round admiring his blade?
He has not made back.
Okay, he spends one more round admiring the blade. Back to Duza. Duza's fine. Luna gets to make a dying save.
Hang on.
Luna's now dying 3.
Sorry, I mean Luna's dying save. Duza stabilized.
Can she do anything about people who are wounded?
She'll be unconscious for 1d4 hours.
You do want me to roll a 1d4?
Don't worry about it, because if we're all dead, no matter.
Well, I rolled a 3, so there you go.
So in 3 hours you'll be awake to help people. So what was...
Even if I rolled a 1, I don't think I would have helped much.
So what is... what was Luna's save?
Luna was dying 3.
So Luna's now dying 3.
Okay.
You were dying 2, so...
I was dying 2 and I fell.
You fail, so you're now on dying 3. Now we're over to Willie. You're on dying 3.
Right, did you say Willie?
Yeah, Willie is on dying 3.
Okay, so I'm making another death roll, yeah?
Another death roll on a d20, wanting to get 13 or higher.
Come on. 17!
17, you're now on dying 2. And Corda gets to make a death saving throw.
I got 16, so I'm wounded 2.
And could you give me a D4? So why are you wounded 2? Were you wounded previously?
No, I went down to dying 2.
No, that makes you wounded 1 because you get 1 level of wounded to each time you've been taken to negative until you're healed.
That's right, yeah, not face down, another dying. Yep, okay, so wounded 1, happy with that. But yeah, 3 hours unconscious.
Seem to like that number for the team so far. Do we have a Parry back in the room?
Not yet.
Okay, so round 4, he's admiring the blade still. Apparently mesmerized. Luna, you get to make a dying save.
Hey, I might not make it.
You might not. You've already had the NPC die.
Okay, 14 is save. I got to dying 2.
You're down to dying 2. Okay, Willie,
Yes?
make a dying save, please.
I don't want to die.
What's that?
Tell that
It's
to
a
your
12.
12 is the lucky number for you. You're down to dying 1. Okay, so now we ask, do we have a Parry back yet?
He still might be at least 5 minutes.
That's okay. We'll probably get through the dying by that stage.
Probably.
Luna, please give me a dying save.
because I was talking to myself. I got the save for 30, so I get to dying 1.
And then we're on to Willie for a dying save.
Oh, these dying saves are coming around fast.
Well, yeah, everyone else is saved.
7.
7, so dying 2. And I'm assuming parry is still unavailable until told otherwise. So that brings us around to Luna.
Natural 1, a critical fail.
Okay, so that
Dying 3,
moves up to dying 3.
Lucky hell.
Willie, dying save.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay, so Willie's going to be speaking with the ancestors.
Jesus Christ.
Pretty much. And that brings us to round 7 and Luna.
Oh no. I guess I died.
Did you?
I rolled a 10.
You roll a 10? Okay, so with that, 3 hours have passed, and Doomsday and Quarter wake up.
I don't feel so good.
Well, what are we saying?
You're seeing Parry standing still with a blade held aloft, unmoving. You see what appears to be Luna, Willie, and the woman you captured, both lying, eyes open, staring at nothing, unmoving. Looking like they've seen the worst thing imaginable.
Sparky?
Sparky, you sort of see bits of Sparky sticking out of Parry. It's like Parry has stood in the same space as Sparky, and Sparky's now stuck.
Well, having no idea how much time has passed, Order will immediately go to what we know are dead people, but to try and see what their status is.
Okay, you check on Luna and Willie and you don't get a pulse.
And the woman?
And the woman also seems to be dead.
Okay. I'll make my actions.
Okay, so what does Dooza do? It's also now night. It's also now on getting on sunset.
Oh, great.
Meaning you've probably been here for many hours.
Is there a way I can take that sword out of Parry's hand? I do have those gauntlets that prevent me from being influenced by magical items.
Well, you do have a hatchet as well.
A hatchet? No. Oh, Parry.
You want to try to grab the sword with your gauntlets?
Yes.
Okay, so you walk up, you grab the sword and take it from Parry's hands and hear this ripping sound. And as you look down, you see what appears to be Sparky bursting out of Parry's body. As both of them are now dying too.
Well, I mean, that's somewhat better than what they were, so...
I should have expected that one, yeah.
It is Pathfinder.
It's still gross.
So, I would say it's now Cordar's go, having heard that, and you see both Sparky and Parry looking like they're splurting blood all over the place.
Corda will go to Sparky and just double check whether I've actually got a healing potion or not. We'll just call it the healer's kit and
wait,
attempted medicine.
and wait till next turn to actually stabilize. Unless you do battle medicine. Stabilize is a 2-action thing, so move over, pull out kit are 2 different actions.
Okay.
So you can do a battle medicine check?
I will do a battle medicine. Is it 2 actions? I've got a note of 1
Battle action is 2 actions, but I believe stabilize is 1 action. Stabilize is 2. Let me have a quick look, because it's not something you generally do in combat.
Well, battle medicine is something you normally do in combat.
I mean the stabilize, which is what I thought you were going over to do.
Well, but I will attempt battle medicine since it hasn't been hit so far, so...
Yeah, so administer first aid, which is stop bleeding and stabilize, is a 2 action a task.
Yep. But battle medicine is...
Battle medicine, you tell me what DC you're trying to reach, and then you heal hit points based on that, but you don't remove the wounded or other conditions.
No, that's right. Okay, so we'll go for battle medicine, which is a single action.
Which DC?
What happened this time. And we're just going for the minimum DC of the 15.
Yep.
13 plus... I think I've got a positive medicine.
I would hope so. You should at least have your level.
Yeah, that's right. Plus 6, so yes.
So yes, you
enough for... That's 2d8 or 1d8, is it? Where am I?
So these 2d8 hit points.
2d8? 10 points back there.
So Sparky gets to 10, and then we go over to Dooza. You can see that Harry's currently bleeding out all over the place thanks to you removing the sword. What do you do next?
I should have a health potion with me. I think I usually have 3. I'm pretty sure I've used food lately, so that leaves 1.
Okay.
So I should be able to... Is that to him? Because I have...
Jeremy, I believe your phone is ringing. Go, I'm sorry, I was just hearing a buzzing in the background.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, I think I have...
The basic potion? So roll a d8.
Roll a d8. And that will be my last one. I rolled a 7.
So Parry gets 7 hit points. But they both have horrific wounds to show for themselves.
Well, not much we can do about that, but that's fine.
Okay, so while that's happening, I will go over to Luna and Willie. So, Luna, you've died.
I'm dead.
And you've got an ancestor looking at you going, saying, you cursed? With a question mark?
Yeah, I'm cursed, yes.
What have you done, he says.
Well, I'm born this way, but,
You were born cursed?
yes.
You didn't choose the curse?
No, I didn't choose the curse. I was born with the alignment of the stars and the cosmos. So I was cursed at birth.
You were cursed as a... I missed the last bit there, Victor.
Is this about my mystery? Yes?
Yeah. You said you were cursed as a, and I didn't get the rest of the words.
Oh, I was cursed at birth.
At birth, okay. A minute there, I thought you said boy, so that's why I was trying to confirm you said birth.
Sorry, birth.
Because then he might have said, I have to remind you that you were born a girl. But at least he didn't have to remind you that part.
Well, that's why I was careful to run.
So,
yeah.
what does Luna have worth living for?
Well, I was about to uncover the biggest human history of all times. Study the Thassilonian runes awakening and stuff. So I was thirst for knowledge, and now I'm here.
So your search is done then.
Now you can find out all the wonders of the universe.
You are making compelling arguments.
You see the cosmos streaming off before you. Many different futures, possible endings to the world, where the world explodes. Sometimes while you're on it, sometimes while you're not.
Yeah, that seems that seems great. I guess I will go.
And then your ancestor asks, do you have anything worth going back for? Or are you done?
Well, I have, but you are offering me an eternity of wonders. What can I ask more?
I don't think you can, he says as he says, let's go explore the universe together.
Let's just go.
So apparently Luna's happy with her situation as we move on to Willie. Willie, you wake up and you're surrounded by 3 cats.
Yeah, I just sort of...
You're the size of a mouse compared to them.
Yeah, I just sort of shake my head. Yeah, how you doing, guys?
They all sort of look at you with that again.
Yeah, I know.
And then you see...
I blame the wizard.
You blame the wizard. It's all the wizard's
I blame the wizard.
And then you see that there's an armchair nearby with, 2 armchairs and a table. Sitting in one of them is a guy you remember talking to last time you came here.
Hank.
Yep, he said he does have Hank on his t-shirt. Hello, my name is Hank.
I'll slowly drag my body up off the floor and stand, and I'll slowly walk over towards Hank.
So again, we shall meet. I thought it was going to be longer. I lost the pull.
My character just shrugs. Goes,
So how was your second life?
Don't you mean third or fourth?
Have you had that many?
Yeah, I think this... My last one was my third one.
The last one was your third one. What was your first? Yeah. How did your first life end?
I don't know. It happens so often it all just becomes a blur now.
So you're looking for frequent dire points, are you?
You're funny.
I thought you'd enjoy it. I've been trying those jokes on various ones that come through now and again. Don't worry, you're the cat's favourite at the moment.
Yeah, I like the cat.
So, do you have anything worth finishing? Or are you tired of the slog of being a father and never meeting your child?
Well, I seem to have I haven't succeeded in my quest yet, if I ever will.
Is that a worthy part of your time?
But at this point, I don't know. It's been that me and life are not meant to be together for very long. Even if I was to go back, it's very likely that I will be seeing you, probably within the year, I would imagine, if the past is anything to go by.
He doesn't mind. He's patient.
Look, Hank, I'm happy to go back if you and the cats are happy to send me back.
Sure. What are you going to offer as trade for such a enlightened experience?
your child that you never met?
I don't know that I've got anything that I can offer.
The way that was your subconscious speaking?
Yeah, but my view is it's not my child, it's my wife's child.
So throw your wife under the bus?
I actually like my wife. It took me a while, but I actually like my wife.
Okay, so in that case then, I will make your life a bit better off then. I will take your sarcasm.
What? That's bullshit. You can't do that.
As he reaches out and puts what looks like a huge volume on the table, having pulled it from your chest, and says, "See, this is your pile of sarcasm. You can have it back next time you die, maybe, or maybe I'll take something else." He says, "Have fun." As the next thing you know, you're dragged by the foot by the black cat into blackness.
I don't struggle. I just, with sort of a sigh of resignation, this is gonna suck. And I go.
Yes, and so next thing everyone else notices as they finally stabilized Parry and Sparky is that Cat's in the room with his mouth around Willie's foot, and Willie's struggling.
If I'm up, can I ask Cat? What's going on, Cat?
Cat just looks at you.
Is Willie okay?
He spits out Willie's foot.
I go over, can I do a check just to see if Willie's alive?
He is moving. He seems to be alive. He has that shocked look of someone who's just electrocuted themselves.
Thank you, Cat, I say. I'm on the assumption that Cat must have done something, but I respect the Cat, just let me point out. If a certain person's still got the weapon in her gloves,
They do.
I will suggest
It's not glowing at the moment, and it appears to be just a glass hilt of a rapier.
Can we put that in the chest and close that chest and don't have to deal with it? I just talked to Who's about it, just saying, I don't want to see that thing within 100 feet of us ever again, personally.
So what does the party want to do at this point?
Well, Deuce is a bit unsure of what to do with this sword. If he puts it back in the chest, it is unlikely that Harry would not try and go for it again.
Well, you see that the chest has what appears to be a masterwork lock on there, and Parry just opened it as if it wasn't locked.
So, yeah. So basically, this sword unlocked its own chest for Parry.
Okay.
I would much rather just go back to somewhere where people are a lot smarter than Deuce are.
Give it back to Parry.
Harry, shut up, you're unconscious.
I point at Parry.
No, Parry's awake now, he got healed.
Oh, Harry awake?
Yeah, once he got the hit points, he woke up.
Gimme.
Deuce is probably holding Harry at like arm's length, which
That's
is
right.
not a problem for
Parry has to
himself.
make a will save because he had something of value taken from him.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Scroll back to the top so I know where my saves are.
Slap Parry then.
I just realised I've been on mute for a bit. Sordar, having seen Harry get up again, he's going to get up, grab Harry by the around the neck, and just basically hold him up against the wall and say, "What the fuck are you doing?"
28 for his will save for the sword being taken from him.
Yes, it doesn't drain your willpower this time.
No, yeah, exactly. This time. Thanks.
But what Harry responded?
I'm cursed to grab most shiny things.
Cordar's got you around the neck and he basically held you up against the wall and probably banged your head a couple times.
Yeah, that's probably deserved, but I'm cursed to grab shiny things.
That was more than just grabbing shiny things, though.
Yeah. And how the hell did I
Even
get
Susan knows that.
To be honest, Parry will explain that.
If you're going to fall into that situation, you can't, like I said, you effectively killed the party members. You killed half the party. The rest of us, well, the only reason we're still alive is because apparently no one else was here. What do you have to say to yourself?
Yeah, and Luna is gone.
Yes, Luna is actually gone.
Well, I mean, in terms of,
I will hurt your ass, man.
Harry will say, as much as I enjoy shiny things, there was something that even Harry's will was broken by to basically go straight towards whatever the fuck he grabbed. Because
what were you doing for the last 3 hours? While people were lying there dying.
Staring at
I have
the
no
sword.
clue.
When she held the sword aloft, you just couldn't help but stare at it.
Yeah, I was literally in basically a zone of darkness.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
You don't think
I
you'll ever
believe
see
you-
such beauty again in your life?
And I'll put my hand up here at the time.
I've got to say, it's Sparky got excited about the fact that she was talking to him the whole time.
Sparky says, I was fucking 3 hours inside your body and you didn't respond to me. I said, if I could have grabbed your balls at the time, I would have. But I couldn't do anything. I said, I never want to feel that again, so I'm very upset with you right now. We've got another important problem. I think we've killed Luna. And I think we killed the other person too.
Looking over, you see her start to cough.
Okay. Cordar looked back a bit surprised at the thought that, hang on, as far as he was concerned, he killed Luna, killed Willie, and the woman.
Yep. 2 out of 3 of them you had confirmed dead and are now moving. You do really hate it when the gods intervene, because they never come back quite right.
It's magic.
Is there
By the power of law.
Cordar's going to bash him once more against the wall and just let him go. Done.
Harry's probably unconscious at this stage.
I don't think Harry took damage, can he?
he only had 7 hit points, so if you bashed him at least 7 times, he would be unconscious now. How many times would you like to have bashed him?
It's probably true. Just let it happen.
I'm happy to he's unconscious. Personally, I'm happy he's dying right now.
So Parry slides down the wall with his eyes rolled up
Yay.
and a smile on his face.
I deserve this.
And then he'll, okay, surprise looking at Willie's currently moving, and we'll also then go over and check out the woman and keep breathing.
And Dusa, having watched the situation from afar, remembers reading a story of Parry's from his diary dealing with strangulation and strange sex acts. You did read his diary.
No, I didn't read his diary. I have his physical memories.
Oh, sorry, that too.
Yeah, she touched the crystal ball and everything was burned into her retinas.
So yes, you actually witnessed seeing the events through his eyes and how much he enjoyed it.
That's almost like Pinwinkle stuff as well, isn't it? Oh,
Yes.
That sounds pretty bad.
No.
I was the original Pinwinkle, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
So we're both as bad as each
Oh.
other, believe me.
Oh, okay. I will still check over Luna just in case that she might come back and a proper health check on it, but
Okay.
I guess I won't even help the guy because Luna went in peace. Like,
Out of character talk, what is Zal's necromancy book? This will solve all the problems. Clear.
It would just have to reach through universes.
if you bring Luna back as undead, she will be pissed, man.
Unless, of course, it's a skeleton or a zombie, in which case you won't have a say.
yeah, I did a 26 medicine check just to see if Luna has any sign of life at all, and I assume that I get no response. Is that correct?
No, but you could always pray to the gods and see if they'll help. They have been known to intervene on those truly worthy. So which god does Sparky pray to? Because you don't know which god Luna went for.
I don't know which god Luna, because Luna never told me, did she? He, isn't it?
Luna is a she.
Okay. Okay, sorry, I had to double check because I know my issues with this kind of stuff.
Humans all look the same to you, dwarven people.
Hey, well,
No beers to grab onto.
that's right. If Luna never told me her god, I don't even think I've got Grand Legion, I wouldn't know.
Do you pray to your own god?
Well, I follow pretty similar to what Cordar does because I was after meeting his grandma, so
Do you remember
she
the
told
name
me to
of
look
that
after
god?
Cordar. So if I can try to remember what she used to, Desna, yeah.
That is correct.
I will.
Ego.
Well, basically, I'm just going to go. Okay, I'll just quietly just say, look, hey, Desna, I really haven't spoken to you before because I'm quite new at this stuff, quietly, and I'll just say, Luna, she's very impulsive. I won't deny that, but she has a good heart, and is there anything you can do to maybe let her come back and see if she can continue on her journey to what she wants to do and actually, she's made a few bad mistakes. Like, if you believe she's worthy, then I understand. If you don't believe she's worthy, I understand too. So I just sort of.
And what is Sparky offering in replications to bring Luna back? Luna does know that there's always, so Sparky does know that there's always a price to pay when asking a favor. Doesn't matter if it's a god or a thug, you always owe something when asking a favor.
Imagine if I got back and didn't give up anything.
Sparky may give it up for you.
Yeah. Sparky can say, well, Sparky know about offering and stuff like that or not?
Sparky
I
does
don't
because
think
it's something
Okay.
all the gods, everyone who's studied with the Pathfinders know about.
I don't know what service I can perform for you because I'm fairly new to following you, but anything that could, I'm willing to offer my service for something in the future. I'm willing to give it a go. I believe this person deserves
So I
another
will
chance.
give you a religion roll with advantage.
Okay. Oh, what do I want? Religion?
As I said, very heartfelt plea to the god.
Good roll play, man.
Not as good as you think it is. That's a 10 total.
A total of 10. At least it's better than your critical fumble dealing with Erasmus.
First one was a 2, by the way, Victor. So.
Okay, so apparently your plea got heard. You find yourself standing before Desna, a woman with glistening butterfly wings that remind you of Quest.
Yes. Hi, I'm Sparky.
This is the first time you've reached out to talk to me. I didn't think you were one of my followers.
Well, and I explained how I met, Cordar's grandma and all that kind of stuff, and
She saw
how
it. And she's been watching for a long time.
I believe this person, and I mentioned Luna saying, I feel she needs to be around a bit more longer. I think she's something not quite. I feel that she has a purpose, but I just don't know what yet. She's very impulsive. I won't deny that. But
so are you vouching for her?
Well, as this is my first time, I won't decide. I mean, I'm talking to a god. I'd like to. Is there any way I could perform a service or help you that would compensate? Ask for Luna to come back to life. As you know, I haven't spoken to gods before. I'm fairly new at this, so I'm really trusting your guidance here on this side of things.
It's okay. She'll not make it too onerous on you. You just say from this fall onwards, neither you nor Luna will be able to grow hair as your sacrifice for having died.
Was it? No, I missed that because just the sound.
So, yeah, it cut out.
Yeah.
It was saying so both you and Luna, neither of you will be able to grow hair from this point forward.
Oh, I couldn't hear you again.
Unless they're deliberately cutting it out.
So apparently it's cutting you out for some reason. Let me see, is my microphone actually working here? And which microphone has it decided to say I'm using over here? So just checking my microphone.
The surprising thing is it cut out at the exact same spot.
Exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Apparently,
Is that clearer for you guys? Is that clearer?
Yes.
Oh, a heap.
Okay, so apparently went for a default microphone, and I have no idea which is my default microphone. So, as I was saying, Desna says that she'll take as payment in full that neither you nor Luna will be able to grow hair from this point onwards.
Bro, what? Hand?
Hair.
Yeah.
That's spiky.
Oh,
And
Will I lose hair? I asked, isn't it?
she says, "What hair?" As you wake up,
I'm completely shaved, bald. Oh,
you're completely smooth. As is Luna, and Luna's also awake after having seen the wonders of the universe get ripped away from her as she was about to learn the secrets.
I just woke up screaming, no!
and
Do I remember anything about
first thing I do is touch around where my beard used to be,
What beard?
and then I go, no! But I go, then I stop and go, I respect you, Desna, I understand. And I look at Luna and I go, okay.
And now you're basically sisters.
Well, I gotta say, what's the word in English? I will search it out. But I guess I lose an important part of Luna's. Because she carried a little bit about her appearance.
I know she also had beads and other stuff in her hair representing her tribal connections.
I think the word you're looking for is vain.
Yeah.
Vanity, yes.
Yeah, that's the word.
And so both of you look at each other and realize that you're now connected spiritually.
I do have my hat of disguise on right now, so I don't.
God. We are linked.
Even with your hat of disguise, you don't look as if you've got hair on you. Apparently, the hat of disguise will never actually disguise the fact that you've got no hair.
That's all right. I just feel that I have the coverage over something now. That's all. That's all I'm looking for.
You feel like it,
all that,
but no one sees hair on you.
I guess I can't use a wig too, right?
That is true.
Yeah, and I won't be able to use the hat of disguise to change it either.
Oh.
And try not to turn into a form that has hair on it, otherwise you might be in for a bad surprise.
Yeah, I think I get that kind of hint already here. So
Can I use a hat at least?
You can put a hat on, yes.
Yeah.
It's just completely hairless. You don't even have eyebrows, so you always look surprised.
So I've got my hat of disguise with the fedora, so I've got a unshaven dwarf with a fedora on. Yeah.
That's
Oh, well.
mean.
Okay.
Hey, it's only a very simple curse compared to what I've done to others.
Oh, look, I know what you've done in the past, Martin. I don't understand that. That's why I was...
Wait, what about this what's this about this spiritual link and stuff?
You can actually feel which direction each other is, even with your eyes closed.
This definitely sounds like you're pulling across universes there, Martin.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
Hey, when it works, keep using it.
Okay.
If I get mad, does he feel it?
Ah, yes.
Hey, don't be mad. I say.
Okay, do I have any recollection to what happened to me?
You
Yeah,
have
so
this fading recollection of having learned wonders of the universe to not to have them ripped away from you at the last moment.
Oh Jesus! I feel like I missed something important.
Or you don't feel like it. You know you've missed something important.
Oh gosh.
Am I going to feel hatred in my back of my mind the rest of my life? Is that what you're saying with that? Okay.
Oh no, that is directed towards Harry.
I go over hard.
I don't actually know if I know what happened. Like I was like walking and then I wasn't.
Well, both of you, all of you who went into dying and didn't, everyone except for Sparky and Parry had their worst nightmare manifest and kill them, or attempt to kill them.
And that was so fast to me that I don't even know what hit me.
You see it on your brain, whatever it is, mentally tried to kill you, and you fell to whatever its attack was.
Does that mean Duza got an actual glimpse of the Sandpoint Devil?
Probably. And the Sandpoint Devil just stood there as you died by its sheer presence.
He saved lives back up early.
Yeah. Like my 295 days just went from like that to 0, and then I died.
Duza has a horse footprint on the back of his hand.
What's the god enemy of Varisia?
So, what was that there, Victor?
What's the god that's enemy of Varisia? That's the undead, half undead, half woman thing.
There are many that are enemies of Varisia.
Yeah, I could see one of them.
Well, okay. While I was going across back to the woman again, she was starting to stir.
Yep.
And he will ensure that she's not about to die again, but then tie her up and be saying, what the hell's going on here? What the hell's that for?
She says it is the sword Baccarat, the sword of pride, the god of pride, and oh god, I can't tell a lie.
Wait, the woman, the gang leader is alive?
Yes, she is. She also gave a part of herself to come back.
The gods were happy with her sacrifice.
She's cursed to forever tell the truth.
That's convenient.
That was, I actually had that as one of the options for Willie. I thought Willie would have found that quite funny.
I think the one you gave him's bad enough.
Well, that would have been hilarious.
Hey, you could throw in so much sarcasm with that one and get away with telling the truth every time.
And that's what I say. You can make it sound like you're lying when you tell the truth.
Yep.
But then you can't do that anymore.
I guess you can't do that anymore.
So that sword kills people. It should never be touched.
Where'd it come from?
I found it in Roderick's ruin and stole it.
Have we
gotta wait to learn it.
has Corda come across Roderick Ruin yet?
You haven't, but you've heard from the others where it is. And they
Okay.
received a case that has the name Baccarat on the side of it, which is apparently a safe place to store the weapon. But they also forgot to mention that as well. And it's in one of their bags, quests, I believe.
Can I do a recall knowledge check on this sword?
Well, you have you mean like the link of the sword?
Yeah, maybe I can learn something. Maybe I can learn its mysteries.
Maybe you can just go back in a box and be put away forever.
Maybe I can wield its power.
No.
Maybe we should have got Harry's ass so he doesn't have to do anything like that again. No, sorry. Too much? Sorry. I think we
Harry's still unconscious in the corner at the moment.
That's right. That's why I suggested it now to put it this time. But,
I'm not sure the prison sheath is the best way to sheath the sword.
So, can I...
And besides, Luca might mention that he enjoyed it.
There's that too.
Sorry, what Jeremy said. It was cutting out a little bit.
He said that if you try to stick it up Harry's behind, he might enjoy that too.
So it's just a hilt of the sword, isn't it? It's not actually blade?
You can't see the blade. The blade's invisible to the eye of anyone but someone attuned to it.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So what we're seeing is that it's just a hilt.
can I examine this sword without touching it and activate it?
So you want to examine the blade or the hilt?
The hilt without actually activating the stuff. The badge stuff.
It's currently in Deuce's hands.
I'm pretty sure if anyone tries to go anywhere near it, User is cool enough to just like continue raising his arm up until people can't reach it. Like basically like training my toddlers. Like you can't get it. You're not allowed to.
When the woman said that she found it at Roderick's
Ruin.
hideout, and apparently so Corda's aware that the other party members have been to Roderick's hideout already. Says, have you guys got know anything about what was there? Basically given the opportunity to say, hey, yeah, we've got a box with the name on it.
Oh, is it that box?
Yes, that box.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we left that box there.
I know Quest took it.
Oh, look, damn it, Quest.
Where's Quest now?
Which Quest? Which version of Quest? Actually,
Where's
didn't the
the
other
box?
one die?
We've got the box.
One died in Riddleport, and the other one was also there at the same time.
Do we know where he currently is with that bag?
You do not know.
Then no. But if anyone can track him down, it's the Temple of Erasma, is that right?
Or Desna.
Or Desna.
Or the Lady of Monsters. La
For the
Master.
time being, put it back in the box and lock it up.
Or the Temple of Callistria, because he's also following that temple too.
Oh god. Bloody Quest and his frivolous god.
Well, he seems there's this thing for female gods.
I noticed.
And what else are you doing here?
You ask her
Talking to the
that.
woman.
She says she was researching Thassilonian stuff. She got led to Roderick's ruin where she found the sword, and after finding the sword, things sort of blurred for a bit because the sword appeared to dominate her for a time. And when she found And when she finally got free of all the domination, she came up here and found you standing over the dead bodies of her students.
I understand you were all correct with demons?
She does not know any demons at all. She never summoned any. She doesn't like dealing with demons because, well, you never know what you quite bargained for.
So what's the brimstone smelling that's left to you at the present time?
She does not know. She doesn't even know how she got back to the house, because she last remembers finding the sword at Roderick's ruin.
Okay.
And so officially she was quite like, as far as she knows, she wasn't working with demons before she found the core.
Yes.
She has been unconscious, so to speak, for a very long time then.
Probably about a year and a half.
So the question is now is how are we going to... I can't let Dooza just hang on to it forever, because that's kind of...
No, okay, put it back in the box for the time being.
If anyone can find, well, I mean, apart from going through like 5 different temples, if anyone can actually find quests, it's probably actually going back to our contact. The name Lady
Hindmarsh.
Hindmarsh.
You may have actually left the box there for all you know. Because it is one of your safe places to stash stuff that you don't understand well.
Well, no, so you put it back in the box, and he's pulling out his pouch, laying it on the ground, and clearing a space in the shelf to put the whole chest.
But yes, essentially Dooza is suggesting, for once, to actually go back home and actually let the Pathfinders maybe deal with this.
But in the meantime, mark it down here. As Cordar's calling out from the bottom of a 10-foot hole.
No. I'm gonna put it... Should I put it back in the masterwork box?
Yeah, put it in the box and pass it down here.
Shouldn't I carry it because then I might get influenced by it?
You could.
It's going into a portable hole, another dimension.
Would that like not work?
What do you mean not work?
Well, it's magic beyond our comprehension. I didn't think magical items could go in. Jews have been lied to.
Well, mark it down here and we'll find out, I guess.
Hey, should we tie up Harry first? Just in case?
The idea is Parry's unconscious. The box will disappear before Parry gets to find out where it's gone.
This is Parry. Parry finds a lot of things more than regular.
He's got to go through Cordar if he's going to get it.
Okay, just putting it out there. I'm just putting the warning out, okay? I don't want to take two of this situation because I think we've all been through enough.
Alright,
Dudes are happy to hand it down to Cordar.
What Dooza's gonna do is he's gonna put it in a box. He's gonna probably not throw it down. He's gonna like walk it down to Cordar and hand it to him to make sure it goes into the bag.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna get Puppy to guard Cordar. And basically like say like if Harry comes anywhere near Cordar, that's no.
Okay, as you carry the box down to Cordar, you sort of get stuck about halfway down.
Sorry, what?
The box gets stuck halfway down.
You can't actually get it into the bag.
Okay, well then that settles that argument then.
That's alright.
But your gloves did make it into the bag, which you're a bit surprised about.
Yeah, but like I'm wearing them, so maybe that's different. I don't know.
Well, at least you think as you try to put your hands into the hole, they don't actually go into the dimensional space either.
Okay. Maybe you need to hang on to this till we get to the Pathfinders, maybe.
Dooza will
Think so.
hold on to it. I guess. With my end group.
You have managed to go through portals with your gloves, so you think you can take it through a portal, but it didn't seem to go into extra dimensional spaces.
Yeah, so Juice is like, see, I wasn't lied to.
While the lady is still up, I say, okay, now that you've got your memory back, you know who else was here except for your staff, students? Because we did fight a demon here.
I don't know anything about a demon. I did have a half-elf and about 10 students.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry
Well,
about
it appears
that.
that your organisation had been subsumed while you were distracted for the last 18 months.
She looks very sad at that. She's not exactly sure what happened, but she did have some research into the Sword of Pride before she found it. And apparently only someone connected to Pride could actually activate its other abilities.
Well, that's Harry in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Normally, the artifacts of Pride feed on each other and become stronger.
Never mind, it's not Harry in a nutshell, but anyway.
He does have the Shard of Pride in his arm.
I was going to say, Balak managed to get the Shard of Pride out of his arm.
Yes, right. Balak got the Shard of Pride out of his arm. Harry has his Shard of Greed.
Greed, yeah.
Yeah, well, still, okay, so I retract the statement. It is Harry in a nutshell.
Harry certainly emblematic of Pride, but at least the Shard of Pride wasn't actually in the vicinity.
Yeah, that might have been worse.
That's right.
Whereas it just left Harry comatose staring at it. The person with the Shard of Pride might have actually gone on a murder spree.
Yeah, as opposed to Harry allowing everyone to die.
That's true. He could have helped you all along the way.
I don't like these accusations when I can't speak up.
Okay, so I guess at this stage, Harry wakes up after you've had some time to talk and discuss stuff.
Kodak's going to be talking to the woman still and says, well, noting the obvious problems and issues that occurred since you discovered this store, are you willing to gather all your research you have and come with us to try and decipher more?
She is, though she had gathered a sizable collection of research. Not sure you could actually take it all with you, even with your portable hull.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure the Pathfinders will find a way.
As an idea there, all the rooms you see on the screen there are libraries.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
So, what more?
Perhaps you could gather the most pertinent material related to the Sword of Pride. And then we will aim to bring it to others who might be able to assist. And who hopefully might have the appropriate container to hold it in.
Well, she does say that if you could find the box at Roderick's Ruin, until she opened it, she believes the sword was dormant. She can tell you exactly. She can tell you exactly where she found it at Roderick's Ruin.
Yes, however, it is no longer there apparently. It will hopefully be in a different location.
As well, if you can help her, she'll be happy to help you. She doesn't know what's happened over the last year and a half.
Could we explain to her why we came here in the first place, or
Okay.
the gang and all that stuff? Or?
Yeah. Corda simply said that while she was gone, her school was being subverted by demons and other influences. That didn't go any further with it. Perhaps we should confirm whether or not there is anyone actually left here.
That's what I'm concerned about. There might be some leftover things where the poor lady, and I can point to the lady, are saying that might have been left here without unknown about it. Considering we've already faced one demon, there might be some other unhealthy things here, is probably the best word for it. And if any of your staff are still here, then I'll make sure they leave in a nice, orderly fashion. So.
If any of her staff are still here, that'd also be scholars of ancient Thassilonian.
Yeah, that'd be helpful for. Yeah, so I think.
Given the situation, Corda's tried to take her back downstairs to where the libraries are, type stuff, away from all the dead bodies. And encouraging her to gather material pertinent to the Sword of Pride to help distract her from other issues.
Okay, so as you're downstairs, you do hear Cordar does hear a familiar voice from his childhood say, "Stand and unbind her, you foul rogue."
And do I recognize a familiar voice, but as a player I'm not recognizing a familiar voice.
It is one of your half-brothers.
As in something like that, one of Cordar's
Let's see if I can actually see what's going on there. Can you see that?
I can see that, yeah. So you're saying it's actually one of Goya's children?
Not one of Goya's children, one of your father's other elven children.
Oh, okay, right. Do I have a name?
You know him as Alden Tilleresk. Haven't seen him since you're about 10 or 12 years old. He looks unchanged.
Well, you probably don't recognize me.
Get your filthy human hands off her.
Alright.
He says, get your filthy human hands off her.
Alden? Is that you?
Who do you are? I don't really know many odd-shaped humans before. He's a human with a lot of disdain.
Yes, it's order.
He laughs.
Things have happened. But,
don't tell me you grew out of being half-elven.
not exactly.
You wished your elf away?
It's a long story, and we can talk about it later, but yes. In fact, you're right to say, the lady is not actually under compulsion at the present time.
She's tied up?
Unlike what she's been for the last 18 months.
But she's tied up. You did tie her up.
I did, yes, and the fact that it is purely precautionary at this stage, as it appears that she's under the influence of demonic and or ancient forces for the last 18 months.
Yeah, he called himself Cantalin.
Is this Alden saying that?
Yes. He's been trying to come up with dismissal spells that would work.
Are you aware of the demons here?
How could you not be? The smell of brimstone was everywhere.
Yes, but apparently the young lady, do we know the name of this lady?
Yes, you did. Her,
Well, I certainly would have asked if he had before, so.
her name is Corstella Rostrata.
Stella Mostarda.
So that is roughly what she looks like.
Okay.
Trying to get a good light on it.
Hey guys,
Yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's 7 a.m. here and I should head to work today.
We understand.
At least it's good to know that I am alive.
Well, you missed out on all the wonders of the universe.
Yeah. I don't actually know that's what I missed, but okay.
Actually, you do know you missed out on it. That's part of the curse. Is you know you missed out on it, but you don't know exactly the details of what you missed. Just know you've missed it.
Yeah, I know I missed something important.
You've got this half images of what you almost knew before.
Yeah, it's great. Hey guys, good luck to everyone, and I'm sorry to leave you hanging
All good.
again.
See you, Victor. Thanks for making what you done.
Thank you, Victor.
See you, Victor. Goodbye, everyone. See ya.
Please don't hunt me down, Victor.
Okay, we'll probably find out Luna's got a death wish because she's now expected to get back there and find out the secret of the universe.
So,
but yeah, so Corstella, okay, so what I was talking to Aldon, okay, yes, Corstella, okay, at this time, yes, she's tied up, but I expect that she'll also agree that she's somewhat confused and going along relatively willingly at the present time.
and I've been headmaster of her school since she's been out of it. So he's been busy, keep making sure the students keep learning. Though, speaking of students, he doesn't know where they've gone. They all disappeared. Do you know what happened to the students?
Is there anyone left down here?
It's all quiet, all dead quiet down here.
And you say there were demons? Yep.
There's only one demon.
And where is that?
He was upstairs in her room.
It was also discovered an artifact of ancient power that apparently was controlling Lady Corstella here.
I believe that it was the sword that summoned the demon.
That would explain a lot. We've come down to gather up any of the research that may be for the sword to try and return it to a safe place.
Well, we have thousands of volumes here, all related to Thassilonian that she gathered over the last 40 years.
Are there ones that might specifically relate to this sort of pride?
She said he thinks of it. He says there are a couple of volumes about it specifically, but most of the books here are reference material for Thassilonian, including deciphering the book of the Sword of Pride itself. Unless, of course, you can read coded ancient Thassilonian, he says.
I've gone through a lot in recent lifetime. Certainly haven't picked up that knowledge. That will certainly be a valuable book to hold.
Well, the book itself is worthless without all the various references here, he says. He's found at least 1,000 different books that help unlock the secrets of that one book. And he's not even all the way through the book yet.
My suggestion is we tell the society about this place and all this reference material, and they can work out the logistics of getting it somewhere else useful. In the meantime, we should take this thing home.
Well, that before the folk from Port was the idea of planning on taking it back to Magnemar, where hopefully Crest has left the box. But, as I say, if there are a few books that were particularly relevant,
Well, he hands you a book with symbols in it you don't recognize. As the symbols don't appear to be Thassilonian at all. Magic does not work to translate this, he says. But good luck.
Perhaps you would care to accompany us as well to continue the research.
I've got students here to look after. This is a school, even if it did have a demon in charge for a while. He did manage to limit the demon's influence on the students. And he's grown fond of them, having raised most of them as orphans from one human calamity after another.
I am sorry to say that I don't know that many of the students are in much state for learning at the present time.
But he can be here until they are.
I just look at Corda, and that's just with that look of, come on.
What, you want Corda to talk about what he saw? Because he had nothing to do with what happened.
I don't want to lie here, I really don't. I was thinking about a demon did kill them all, but I didn't want to really pull that one off. Well, I will say that I tell the young elven guys that the demon is being disposed of. No more demon here anymore.
And what about the students? He says, looking at you rather specifically.
It would appear that the students were also under the influence of the demon at the time.
Seemed to be that way, yes. And I don't know how to say it in any nice way at all, unfortunately.
You killed them all, he says, looking at you.
Not me personally. We met the demon and
they are dead.
They are dead, yeah. Just trying to put it in the nicest way I can think of without being.
And that's actually quite true, because out of everyone that killed someone, Sparky did not kill a single one.
That's right.
I've got the
took
kill.
a lot of hits, but didn't kill anyone.
Mr. Frontline Fighter didn't actually wasn't effective, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm the one that I met the demon first, because I turned around and the demon just used a big smile at me. I'm going, oh crap, here we go.
The demon then challenged him, and when I gave the description of the demon and ended with, and his, someone said, so how tall is he? I said 3.5 feet. Mark said, I can take him.
I thought it was a cunning plan I had in my head.
It was to throw yourself on his blade a couple of times.
Oh, it was. I tried to say parry. That's what I was trying to
I was going to say, you saved other members of the party so they could then kill everyone, including the party.
We'll discuss this another time. But anyway.
But yeah, so. Yes.
Then he will bury the dead and recruit more students. He's sure that with the way you're saving people, there will be many more kids left orphaned.
Well, would you mind if we send some fellow researchers to your school to examine the research that you gathered?
As long as they're willing to also teach, he does not mind.
He's also looking towards Crosscolor at that moment in time, it's directing in the sense that you recognise, well, technically a curse school, even if Eldon does a big class in the last year and a half, but
She's happy for you to send people along.
in that case, then yes. We'll grab these we'll grab these particular hooks and this toad, if you don't mind, and we will try and secure the sword into a safe place.
Well, the gauntlets that he looks at him. Is that Flex one arm there? The warrior of Riddlepot.
User will happily oblige by flexing.
Yes, that Flex one arm over there is wearing gauntlets that protect the wielder from any mind control. They cannot be affected by any form of mind control. He was researching them, and they were apparently stored in the same place that Baccarat was before Sir Roderick stole it in the first place. Though those that hold the Sword of Pride will most likely die by the sword. That is one of the curses of the sword itself. Not necessarily by that sword, but generally they die in combat.
What we've experienced, those who are not wielding the sword are the ones that die.
Just depends on who activates its full potential. It can apparently make people's worst nightmares manifested at the height of its power.
I can assure you that rumour is true.
Yes, that's how Costella, while under the sword's influence, killed a bunch of people in town.
Oh, okay.
Then that leads back to the story about how the 3 gangs fought in town and a whole bunch of people were killed.
Makes so much sense now.
Yeah, it definitely does.
And if it makes Cora will look across towards the other members of the party and say, it makes you feel any better, it's reasonable to assume that if the students had still been there when the sword was drawn, then the end result would have been the same.
True. Requires great power to activate. The sword went dormant after it did that in town, but by then the demon had her under its control to begin with. So she went from sword controlled to demon controlled. Which is why he was looking for ways to banish said demon. But it is beyond his 200 odd years of experience.
Cora will aim to talk to Eldon quietly at one point and says, hey, you could have called for help.
He tried, but then the Death Knight showed up. And plus, when he saw a bunch of heroes coming in with a goblin with into town, he wasn't sure he could trust them. He heard stories about how they killed a kid in Riddleport. That they weren't heroes; they were the villains. And look, he says the Flex one arm over there. It's his dog that killed a kid.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate, a very unfortunate thing, and I've never been remorse for that.
And then the Kerberos delivered kid pie to them the next day, and they ate it.
The intent was that Cora was talking to Eldon privately about this point. So.
Oh, he was loudly saying that about the people and pointing at Duke.
Oh yeah, no, and I couldn't have got no problem with that, but yeah, but Duke probably didn't hear the conversation.
He was trying to make sure that they knew, because he was very displeased with the murder of a child, turning it into a pie and then eating it.
Well, I didn't eat those pies the next day.
You did.
I knew what was.
I believe either you or your puppies. I know Parry did.
Parry did, but I didn't eat the next day's pies because I knew what wasn't.
So you didn't eat the pie. You're happy with the pie being made.
Well, the boy did die outside of the pie factory. And don't worry, I'm sure his mother joined him not long afterwards.
What I was aiming to talk about with Aldon and say, yes, I have certainly heard some distasteful rumours about some of these personnel, but hopefully that their worst excesses can be curbed recently.
And then quietly to you, he also says he believes that they are also frequenters of the temple of what's her name, the bumblebee god of name just completely gone out of my head. Not Pinwinkle. One of the goddesses. Starting with C. Calistria, that's it. Because she's the a different version of the Temple of Lust.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that's Harry.
And Willie. And Ghost.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're right, because you're not involved.
So
It is just a simple gentleman's club, okay?
We're just peanut gathering, don't mind us.
But he has read up a lot about the god of pride, and he does think the Peacock god might hold some salvation from what these false gods have been offering.
Does Cora recognise the Peacock god?
He does not, though he is quite sure that might be a reference to the Thassilonian god of pride.
Okay. I'm guessing there might have been the old Peacock motif around the resplendent water, had there been?
There is a lot of peacock motifs around there. And it does look as if Eldon's cloak is made out of peacock feathers.
Yeah. This Peacock god is the patron of this school.
Well, we are called the Peacock Manor after all, and we have wild peacocks that have chosen our grounds as a safe place to spend their time. So in a way, I'm sure he is. So if you look on that map there and you see that there is a large enclosed place at the top, that's the size of the Peacock Manor to the rest of Roderick's Cove.
Okay.
As a place, this is a massive building in comparison to the rest of the town. And he's been training them in the style of the peacock for self-defense. Much better than the low blow style taught out of Rulebook.
So it's not one of the gods I've heard of, per se. It's not like we could quite that much function, so...
Well, he's into one that teaches just... it seems to work well with the Elven heritage. I'm sure when your ears grow back you'll feel a bit different, he says.
A big giggle in the background.
I have found that sleeping under the moon has been assisting.
So that the goddess of the moon does help.
And the
I'm sure the less clothes you wear while doing so, the more the moon helps.
That has been part of the process. But yeah, so look, it's certainly the sort of thing that depending on what the party's aiming to do at this stage, if there is going to be another night here in Roderick's Cove before we can get back to make the mark, because I'm not certain who's got the portal key back to make the mark.
At the moment, you can take the jump through one of the buildings, because well, actually that's right, Questus building had fallen down actually, so you'll have to take a ship back to Roderick's Cove and go from there. Oh no, you made the connection to the underflume, so you can use the underflume underneath Roderick's Cove.
Okay.
Did we want to talk to the ghost first before we go?
You can do that,
Well,
because there's a connection point made here.
I'm assuming that yes, we're certainly potentially coming back here if we're not staying long enough to try and finalise things. But if we are going to stay at least overnight to try and catch up with the ghost and things, then Cordar does want to actually effectively spend the evening in conversation with Eldon to discuss issues, and he'll also talk about the fact of apparently coming across the drow and the influence from the Underdark that had caused the burning out of his elven heritage at this stage.
Yeah. He will happily have conversations with you, though the others will tell you that to speak to Sir Roderick, you have to go to his ruins during night time, because he's not available to talk to during the day, so you might be best to head out this night to talk to him.
Presumably we're also going to go via Eldrani.
You can go via Eldrani, or you can return to Eldrani after speaking to him, your choice. You don't have to take her along.
From Cordar's perspective, Eldrani's the contact. I don't think he's actually got to talk to Roderick directly, so...
She will happily come with you if you ask. But her happy is very hard to tell because she's very morose. Everything is so sad. And how does Willie deal with the fact he can't be sarcastic?
The party's probably seen me at times, I guess, miming and then making sort of squeaky noises. As I attempt to be sarcastic and fail. I guess I'm like, at the moment he's just trying to come to terms.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm sure every time you dream you can let all that sarcasm in and say it all you like, and then wake up without sarcasm again.
Only if Hank's really generous.
I was going to say actually, because you said by the time we woke up from consciousness, the sun had already gone down.
The sun had already started going down, yes.
It was going down, yeah. Because I'm also thinking that we've got to stay long enough to at least bury all these bodies.
Yeah. But your half-brother is happy to start doing that with or without the help of Eldrani, who's normally the person who buries the dead of the town.
Is there a site on the Peacock lands where he wants to bury the bodies?
He would follow what Pharasma does and bury them in the graveyard so that they shall not rise again.
Yep, happy with that.
Because burying bodies outside of the graveyard has a tendency not to go so well for those who dislike undead.
Okay. Which also then means that it would be appropriate to go and talk to the mayor or the governor or whoever it is of the town and explain all the sudden deaths at the town, and explain that yes, Demon had overtaken the school and its influence has been eliminated, but unfortunately the students were also corrupted.
The mayor would respond by saying that's probably why the Hell Knight said the problems of the Peacock Manor had been bound to that location until you came to solve it. Apparently someone by the name of Kenobi would come and free us all.
Well, I don't know if they've been free, but the influence is gone.
They had been given instructions by someone high up in their order that Kenobi would solve the problem.
Well, I'm sure they know best, apparently.
Save us, Kenobi. You're our only hope.
Well, he did solve. He did solve the problem, so the prophecy did come true.
So then, yeah, I guess from the priority of task then would be taking the bodies to the churchyard after forming the mayor, and then going out to talk to Roderick, presumably picking up Ordrani at the same time as talking to the mayor.
Yep. Though she'd probably be the one helping bury the bodies because that's.
Obviously, she'll help me at least move all the bodies, and if she's going to bury rather than important to Roderick, then that's fine by me.
Well, she asked if you.
I have the other field.
Well, she says if you help, then she'll come with you. But it's important to finish what you started, she says. Looking at Sparky and Dooza and Willie in particular for those ones.
Yeah, I acknowledge it and I'll help out. So.
Dooza will help out willingly.
Well,
He likes his Roselle friend.
And there's also the ones from the Underflume as well that you also have to bury. And then there are the ones out in the forest from those you killed there as well that didn't get buried. So a lot of burials that you guys have to complete. Though the ones in the forest might be a little too late.
Yeah, I'm thinking that myself now.
Maybe a lot of undead around now because of the Restless Dead. You're not supposed to create more work for yourself, she says.
Hey, at least we're not summoning more fiends.
You've summoned fiends recently, she says?
No.
So I'm going to ask Parry to make a deception roll on that one.
A deception?
Yep.
Yay. Breach of Parry's deception is brilliant.
Natural one!
Listen, I'm trying to absorb Willie's sarcasm. Deception. Okay, yeah, brilliant. That is 19.
Okay. So, she sort of just looks at you and shakes her head.
Yeah.
And goes, so you're probably the whole reason the Howl Knights went north. At least they're not in town anymore, so I can at least thank you for that part.
Oh.
So, looks like you'll start the shoveling, she says, handing Parry the shovel. As the buffer's wizard known to man, obviously you need to show off those muscles.
I start digging.
She points to the graveyard, over there.
I continue to dig where I am.
Or I'll give him a kick.
Fine, okay, I get it.
So, Buffer's wizard known to man, definitely not the smartest wizard known to man, she says. So you end up spending about 4 hours burying about 30 bodies, which really does cull the number of people in town. And then you head upriver, which goes east towards Roderick's Ruin.
Out of curiosity, Martin, is Bella actually technically still around to do a few healing spells and get people up to at least double hit points before we head out in the forest?
I'd probably say no at this stage. He may have disappeared for a while.
Okay.
Though I believe someone is also sleeping.
Okay.
That would be Mark. Hey, Mark. So yes, you head up with the group of you and with Aldrani and make it to Roderick's Cove before midnight.
Lord at least do some first aid on himself to get up from from 1 hit point.
I will do the same thing to myself as well.
And he rolls double 8 on his first aid.
So, Cordar does feel great with his whole 17 hit points.
17, right. Almost a third.
And does Sparky manage to heal herself?
I'm about to find out in a second. Just getting too comfy in my recliner. Sorry about that, guys. Apologise. Yeah, I got 26. So yeah, it's 2 8s.
You got 26, did you say?
No, you rolled 26 on his heal check.
Yeah, but if you rolled 26 on his heal check, then it is 4d8 because that's considered a critical success. That's why I was confirming he rolled 26.
Yeah, definitely 26. Yeah.
Yes, because the base DC is 15, and if you get 10 above it, you critically succeed.
Oh yeah, okay. I think you've only got max if you actually choose to higher DC.
Holy sugars.
So it's 4d6 instead of 2d6.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, d8. 4d8 instead of 2d8. I keep thinking 6 because everything is 6 in D&D.
Well, I got 2 8s, a 7 and a 5, so that's 28.
Well, you definitely do feel a bit better being on 38 hit points now.
Yeah. Well, I cover all the nasty wounds I've got.
And you can see there's what appears to be the a scar in the shape of Parry's face on your chest.
Okay.
And Parry seems to have one that looks like your face on his back.
Oh no.
Well, he doesn't. I'm sure he doesn't mind. He thinks every scar is a added feature to his body.
Yes.
This makes me who I am.
Still rub my face and waiting for some stubble to turn up, so couldn't happen to see anything yet.
It's completely smooth. It feels weird.
No. It's just facial hair, or was that all hair?
You've got no hair whatsoever. Not even nostril hair or ear hair.
On the bright side, don't you shave your legs anymore?
I didn't shave my legs in the first place, thank you. I'm a dwarf. A real dwarf doesn't shave their legs.
So does that mean you're no longer a real dwarf because you're completely smooth?
No, that is just a figure of speech.
He's just not a real dwarf.
Hey, Mr. Human, you were
Exactly, that's right.
Yeah. Continue on, Nard. Continue on, sorry.
Continue once. Okay, so as you finally get to where you met Roderick, you see him slowly fade in as he's got that little I've just drowned look, which you remember from the last time you spoke to him. And he says, "And so my cove is safe once again, safer than it has been in years. You have done me a service." You sort of get the feeling he would say heroes, but he sort of chokes on the word. "And by claiming the sword of sin, you have removed an unsightly legacy from my home and my cove. If you take this cursed weapon away from the cove, I will at last be able to rest, knowing my legacy will endure. Thank you," and again he seems to stumble on the word heroes, "for bringing peace to an old man," and then fades away, as you realize that the sword has claimed Parry as its host. So it's actually Parry's sword from this point.
Wait, huh?
Until someone else can lay a claim to the sword, it is your sword.
Yay!
Which is why you didn't have to penalise for having it.
Gimme.
You say that?
Sure.
Yes,
You want it?
the sword appears in your hand and you see the blade glowing before you.
Well, that's going to try and slice his head off. If you say gimme, or if you're saying that, you're dead. And that was before you said the sword appeared in his hand, so...
Okay, so it looks like we're up to initiative again.
Yay!
14 for the quarter.
My sword.
So 14 for quarter. How does parry go?
Parry, yeah, it's natural 20, so 31.
31. Okay. Is anyone else rolling in for this initiative?
Why not? I got a 9.
A 9 for Willie. What about
34 for the shaven dwarf. So
34?
24.
24? And
20 for Dooza.
20 for Dooza. Okay. So it looks like Parry is up first. What does Parry wish to do now that he holds before him the magic sword?
Runs 90 feet away from everyone. I'm taking 3 actions to run away. Right.
Okay, so you see Parry run through walls.
Bye.
Attack of opportunity can't be taken until after you've acted in the round, can they?
That is correct.
On.
So apparently Parry has legged it with the sword.
Yep.
But it didn't do its full power, blat everyone when he touched it this time.
Harry's gonna go figure this out. Bye.
Quarter facing.
And by the time you get outside, going through the twisting turns of the place because you can't go straight through the walls, Parry's nowhere to be seen. Which of you has the ability to track?
Probably Dooza.
I do too, I think. Just double checking.
Is that in nature?
It's survival, isn't it?
Survival, but I think I've got skills at rogue. Hang on 1 second. I do have a dagger that can hurt him, but that's another thing.
We have a +7 to survival.
That has to be
The whole party has items that can hurt Parry, okay?
has to be trained
No,
in
but-
survival to be able to track. So if you're not trained in it, it doesn't count. So
Yeah, I'm trained survival. I'm trained survival.
I am also trained in survival. I have +7 to survival.
then the both of you can track. As you come out of the building and look around, you see Parry's tracks coming up to the building but not leaving it.
I'm pretty sure I can also get Puppy to track Parry as well.
Puppy can track Parry to the building but not away from it.
Huh.
I got a 20 total.
Again, you're looking around, you can see all signs of Parry entering the building but not since he grabbed the sword.
I got a little higher than that. 17 +7, 24.
Again, there are no traces of him physically since he touched the sword.
I haven't left the building. Really?
There's some form of magical concealment to his movements.
Oh my god.
Plus, he also walked through walls. It's not something you can easily
playing
track.
sorry, Mum. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
I'm playing the best game of hide and seek in my life right now.
So you have this look. So from Parry's perspective, everything looks shadowy and smoky, and he just runs through everything.
When Dooza eventually probably find Parry, he's him. I don't know, big deal the shit out of that.
It's not the first. It's not going to be the first time. Listen, I'm basically FBI's #1 most wanted man at this stage of this party, okay? So...
I think with Parry having run off with the sword and you guys going crap, that might be a good point for us to finish up for tonight, considering Jimmy has to head off shortly.
I'm going to head off very soon, yep.
And you can look at it going, well, at least now you know that if you'd put it in the box, you maybe could have stopped Parry from calling the sword again. But once he realised he could call the sword...
We don't have the box, though.
You
That's why
don't?
we'll go back to Magnemar.
You have to go back to Magnemar to get it, so you might need it next
Oh,
time.
maybe.
Well,
You don't even call for the care.
Magnemar.
It's only a couple of hours out of your way to find out.
Side quest.
Okay, so I will finish it there for tonight, guys.
Yep.
Hopefully you all have a good weekend.
Yep. Thank you very much for that.
And we shall see you again in a fortnight for this, with the after effects of everything happening. I thought you'd like the repercussions of other stuff keep cropping up.
Yeah.
Such as, hey, I heard they killed a child. It's like,
Oh.
yeah, that was us.
It's all Blue's fault.
Oh, my fault.
You told your dog to go fetch.
Yes.
What's all I've seen of this party, or at least the other party, we have all the members in his party came back now. Okay. He's not seeing anyone being particularly blameless.
You did try to kill me one time. You broke your sword, and then I turned into a NPC. So yeah, I think we're evening out a bit of that at the moment. I think so.
Don't worry, something bad's gonna happen to Parry eventually. It's in the cards at this point.
I'm sure next time he dies, he won't be able to, follow his lustful needs any further.
No. I'll probably be done at that stage.
No more children for Parry after the amount he's already got?
Yes.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.
You don't like
Yeah, yep.
I'll take it away.
Yeah.
Have a good night all, have a good weekend, catch you next time.
Good night, all.
Yeah.
Gonna put it on end credits now. So,
Catch you guys.
catch you later.